Hey, what's up, everyone? BDL44 coming at you with another video. So Patrick Beverly just got ejected from the Bulls Timberwolves game, and it got a little out of hand with some of the extras that he was doing. He didn't leave the court right away, and was screaming some stuff at the referee. Referee kept his poise, but man, they have a play-in game coming up against the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a win or go home. Patrick Beverly let his emotions and in his way put his availability for that game at risk. And he is the heart and soul of that team. He is basically why I believe they've had an extra edge on him. And I don't know that they can win that game without him. Luckily enough, they're in the seventh seed, so that means they do get a chance at another one of those type of games against the winner of the San Antonio New Orleans game. But it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, I hate to bring up old stuff, but I mean, it just harkens back to so many other issues where people have allowed their emotions to get the best of them. I think about Draymond when he kicked Braun, and it got him kicked out of that game, and he wasn't able to help in the finals, and ultimately they lost the series. This is the type of thing where you're like, those guys, you love having them on your team, but if they can't reel it in when it matters most, then what good are they? You do all this work for you all season long, get you this far, and then when it's time to get something done, they let their emotions get in the way of them. They self-destruct, and they drag their teams into the dumps with them because of that. And it's just like, you know what? These guys gotta keep it under control, man. I don't know what was said or why Patrick felt that strongly. I never assume, but at some point in time, you just gotta know, hey, whatever I'm gonna do next is gonna hurt my team. If I'm not out there to be who I am, how are they supposed to be these feisty, well-coached Clipper team? This is a team that's never been to a playoffs, man. They don't know what they're doing. You're a guy who's never missed the playoffs, man. Isn't that what you said at the beginning of the season? I don't understand how he just couldn't keep it together. A guy who's missed so many seasons with injuries, missing playoffs because of injuries. He's healthy. He's on a squad that believes in him. He's playing well. And now he's put at risk for getting suspended just because he couldn't keep it together. So that's just what it is, man. It's just what it is. The NBA has created this do or die tournament thing, and teams that are in the seventh seed are the ones that pay the worst for it. You're not even amongst the bottom feeders per se. One injury or two could drop you from 4 to 7, and all of a sudden now you're at risk for being out of the playoffs. You got to play these do or die games. Like, I just think I don't know, man. It's good for the 9, 10 guys, but it's bad for the 7, 8 guys, and this is when it hurts you. I tell you, I'm looking forward to the Timberwolves making a playoff run, but this puts it at risk in some ways. Um, I think that much of the Clippers this year, you need all of your horses, and it's almost like you gotta ask. He ain't gonna like this, but I would be remiss to ask: is he trying to avoid that game? Did you notice the Clippers? I know it means a lot to him, and you know that he practically bleeds red, white, and blue. Is he trying to avoid having to see them in the playoffs? I think one would argue. And I tell you, man, if I'm thinking that, everybody in that locker room probably thinking that. So he needs to really sit down and think about that himself. You know what I mean? Like, dig deep. You trying to avoid this game, bro? Because you could have very easily left that court. But sitting there, not leaving soon enough, everybody in the league knows they suspend people for not leaving the court on time. Especially after being ejected. And that is exactly what had happened there. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Patrick Beverly, I always say that this is somebody I'd want on my team. But I would never assume that he would put himself in a position to not be available to his team when they need him the most. Never thought I'd see him in that situation. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully the NBA doesn't suspend him, and all of this I'm saying here could be for naught. But they do suspend people for this type of thing, and that's really what I'm used to seeing, unfortunately. So that's what I gotta say, man. I can't even get the words out. My name is BDF44. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out.